Got a new spot here. It's a little better than where I was, but yes, welcome back. Hello, I'm Zen. Let's talk about dreams, lucidity. Maybe some tips and tricks for people to get out of body, to astrally project. And as per usual, I'll explain the difference between all of those as soon as some people show up, and we'll get into. I've had some really intense lucid dreams and a couple out of bodies recently. Last night I had it's like I don't know, 5 or 6 wake back to bed moments where I could just dip into the same lucid dream. Pretty awesome stuff. It smells like, what is this? The bird shit on my beer can? Is that what happened? What's up, Ninja Yo? What that would be called usually is a dark room meditation. It's the easiest way to do it. Where you just basically get blackout curtains. And usually they do retreats, but you can get out blackout curtains and just black out your room. The retreats will last anywhere between, I think, 3 to 7 days. And what will occur is your body will believe it's always pitch black, and will start basically releasing DMT and a couple other substances like around the clock. And so you'll be able to astrally project, lucid dream, well awake. Like you'll be able to start to see in the dark, basically. I've never done any long-term ones. I've done the close, not full-on black room, not full-on days of eyes closed, but close, dark enough room. And it also resets something in your body too. I think you're going to release a bunch more. It's been a long time since I've read the book on this, but I think you end up releasing a bunch more serotonin. Then you'll get this DMT released into your brain, and it'll reset some things. It's like a factory reset. It's kind of like you can also do the opposite, is just to stay awake for more than 2 days. Like just stay up through the night twice. What that will happen is it will increase the temperature of your brain by like a half a degree, and you'll burn all sorts of things off. That's quite tough to do without the addition of any substance. If it's just fasting while doing it, it's pretty difficult. But that's you can look up that practice in the Danwantari. It's an Ayurvedic book, the Ayurvedic Life, Danwantari. The other darkroom meditation, the books on that are perhaps Montauk Chai and somebody else, unless he just does the retreats. But yeah, there's all sorts of things you can do that will give you resets. I mean, staying silent fasts, food fasts, listening to things fast, now they even call it, like, so many people are addicted to using their phones and electronics, and that they fast from that, which is super good. We're so far away. We've journeyed so far from the organic original source that we have to like go out of our way to be like, I need to take a day off. And it's quite for most people, it's kind of like going to the refrigerator and just looking in there for something to eat, even though you know damn well what's in there, and you're just kind of doing it out of habit. That it has become such an addiction that going without your phone for a day is, like, for some people, probably next to neurotic. They'd probably be very anxious. I make a very concerted effort especially if I'm around people, that I don't answer my phone. I don't look at it. It's few and far between. If I'm doing something, if I'm with you, and I don't know you for like, like if I don't know you for long enough, if I've only known you like a couple times hanging out, like I'm not picking my phone up because I'm more interested in what's happening, with another human. Crazy, right? Like if I was hanging out with somebody and they just kept picking their phone up, I'd be like, yeah, you can just make a choice right now because if you want to deal with your phone, get the fuck away from me, But yeah, I try to make a habit of sometimes just going out and leaving my phone off. Maybe not off, but it's not like I'm not just sitting there obsessively checking it. Despite the fact that there are days that I will probably scroll on Instagram for hours at a time. You know what I mean? I definitely have. But it's getting rid of the. I got. It's not necessarily that the tool is bad or the tool is wrong or that it's something evil about technology, but it's the constant. It's the addiction, which is where the anxiety and the neuroses and all of this comes from. It's with anything. If it's serving you and it's a good tool and then fucking do it. Like if you eat 5 times a day and you gotta eat, that's an addiction. You know what I'm saying? If you need to do it and it's like if you find like you're compelled to and you can't just go no, and then you should consider that. Unless of course it's something like if your business is making money to pay the bills and you have to use technology, then you have to go through the route of saying, okay, here's the hours and be somewhat regulated with when and how you use technology. Like these are my hours off. I'm not looking at a computer. I'm not touching a phone. And you have to do that. I guess it'd be for people that are a little more, that have there's people that enjoy a grand amount of order in their life. Like, okay, today I'm gonna get up at 6 and I go take a shower and then I'm scheduled to do this and they need that because if they don't, they'll feel very, very neurotic again, like an anxiety or something. That they're not doing something, they feel like they're failing, and so they do a busy work. Who's up in here? Haha, Ninja, yeah. What's up, Divine? Oh, nice. That's cute. Yeah. Yeah, maybe they've seen me take a shit. Maybe all of that kind of stuff. It's for me. It's gay as fuck, and it's creepy and lame and stupid and weird and like so manipulative and so like completely creepy as fuck. But like you kind of establish that you don't have any autonomy in the sense of like what is your once you're on the phone doing that shit, like you're you're basically just going, well, whatever, because you can't, you're not reading the fine print. When you go into contractual anything with anything, especially now with the computers, it's like, they'll just make it 20 pages long. Do you want to use this app or not? And someone there gives them the ability to like, so you kind of just go, well, what the fuck? You there? I mean, that is pretty lame. I mean, that on its own could be kind of like dipping into some really, really fucked up shit, right? I mean, who's using TikTok? What are you watching them do? Like that's some creep level shit. But they're doing it for your protection. This is a Fire Drake. What's up, Black Sun? Yes. Oh, let me. Oh, so everybody in here probably already. There's probably nobody new right now, but everybody's pretty aware of how to get out of body, or at least lucid dream. And I've been having some of the most amazingly crazy. Like I was flying around the pyramids, and I was in a different time for a bit, and I also got to high five the Incredible Hulk. That was awesome. And that's a very interesting thing. It's like I often fly in my dreams, and there's some technique to that. But getting to the lucid dream, getting out of body, I think the easiest thing for most people is the wake back to bed method. It's where you just basically set an alarm for the middle of the night, and you set an alarm for every like 15 minutes, and it wakes you up, and then your brain's going to be in the right mode, but your body's going to be super tired, so you're going to get your body back to sleep but maintain your awareness that you're awake. That's the general thing. The mind about the mind is sleep, or excuse me, the body is asleep, the mind awake. That's the meditation. But then when you're there, you have to learn breath control in your dream, because if you don't, you'll end up breathing in this body and waking yourself up. You'll pull yourself out of the theta realm. That's one of the biggest things in lucid dreaming, is getting too excited. Once you're in the lucid dream, like the first few times you'll get into a lucid dream, it'll be somewhat difficult to stay in it, because you'll be like, oh shit, I recognize that I'm sleeping on a bed. Oh, I can go do anything right now, and like all of a sudden it's a heightened awareness. It changes your breathing, which will wake you up and put you back in this body, which in one sense puts you back to that, wake back to bed kind of thing. But once you do it, once you can learn to stay keeping your breathing and observe like both realities at once, that's when you can do really cool shit. Yeah. The tough one is once you get into the point where you're flying is totally awesome, because you can feel the whole thing. Like, and especially when you tangibly can touch objects, and you can see people and have conversations with them, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm actually out of body right now. That becomes a whole nother level. And where it's as real as this. You'll have a hard time telling difference. Which sometimes is great, but then you'll get lost in it. You'll stop doing your reality checks. So reality checks you do here, like right now. How do I check my reality? I'm looking at this can. I'm like, can I make this can float? Can I float? Can I fly right now? And I ask myself, I'll give myself, can I get off the ground? Then the more I do that here, to test this boundaries of this reality, maybe that I put on myself, but what this reality seems to presuppose to us gives us here's a couple things that you can do in dreams, but you can't really do here, right? And so I go right to flying. And so in the dream, when I jump up and I'm like, oh, I can levitate. Okay. Then as soon as I can do that, I'm like, all right, I know where I am. But then I have to so what I do is, in the reality check here, I have to do the same reality check in the dream. This is one of the major things that people need to take an assessment of what you're doing. You have to check in with yourself in this reality as often as you can. Like whenever you find yourself like, hey, what have I been doing for the past 10 minutes? That's when you got to go, okay, where am I? What's happening? Is this tree real? Is this what's going on here? What time is it? Can I get off the ground? Wait, where are we? Yeah. And then what will happen too is, once you are doing those reality checks here, and then you do those in the dream, it'll become a little more difficult in the dream world, because your subconscious mind is catching up to you seeing your reality checks. Like, okay, for instance, when I first got this tattoo, the purpose of it was because you're supposed to look at your hands, because your hands will start to form and mesh into nothing, and it'll become like distorted. And you're not supposed to be able, people would be like, oh, you can't read in a dream. And so I was like, okay, if I put words on my hand, and then I got to the point where the dream, I'd look at the back of my hand, and I'd be able to read this, and my hands would disappear. I could open up a book and read a book. So I was like, oh, but then I was still catching other parts of the dream where I was like, oh, this is a dream. And so every time I would take a step ahead, my subconscious would kind of fuck with me to the point, which is, it was in a good way, because it was making that reality more solid. So like the things that you normally go, I can't see colors in a dream. Oh, you'll see colors in a dream. You can't read in a dream. Oh, you can read in a dream. People won't talk to you in a dream. Oh, they'll talk to you. It's not just telekinesis. You can actually physically talk to somebody. You can pick something up. You can do everything you can do in this reality and then some. And every time you kind of level up. But again, the trick is reality checks here and there. And the wake back to bed is always super helpful. And all the foods and things you can do. Some people say don't eat. Some people say don't drink. Some people say don't smoke. I've never found. I found maybe the opposite functions for me. I don't know. I could get really drunk and then have a very clear lucid dream. I can get out of body. Sometimes I'm sober and I can't get out of body. Like it just. There's other things that go into it. I don't. There are obviously compounds that you could take. There are herbs that will definitely assist you in being lucid, to remember your dreams, to get out of body. And I'll go over a list of those another time. I just, off the top of my head, I can only think of a couple of them. But I'll give you the correct names. Maybe later tonight. I just gotta double check. If anybody wants to put them in there, I think probably Fire Drake knows a couple of them. Or you just look up lucid dream pills, right? And then it's like the blue flower. I forget what the hell it's called. And then there's like some that getting out of body that's a bark. Red spider lily. There's one. Red spider lily. Yeah. Did I take your wrench? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't take Fire Drakes. No, I think it's because I think I took it when fucking who came and was like wrenching people with wrenches. I was like, I've done this twice, but it was only because somebody came in that I had given a wrench to, and then was wrenching the people that already had wrenches. I'm like, I mean, he was being funny, but I'm like, that's fucking retarded. So it's like, take all your goddamn wrenches. Ha 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 ha. What up, Sai? Oh, speaking of the devils, I think it was you, dude. I think you did it. He's too powerful out the wrench. You were the one wrench people. That was right. Stupid. What can you do about Ninja? What can you do about sleep apnea? Man, there's a few things. I think the best would be get those things that open up your nose, because isn't that where you kind of end up like snoring so hard that you lose your breath and shit. That's gonna be really diet related. You got some clogs. You could probably do something about cleaning that up with some acupuncture. I would go see an acupuncturist. That could probably help a lot. There might be something in your diet that's screwing up, or it could be the way where your tongue sits. There's different reasons for it. So like people have to put that big fucking mask on to. Most people I know that either had like some sort of something wrong with like their ear or nose or throat or something at some point in time, maybe surgery, and other people are usually just people that are out of shape, that their diet is trash. Off the top of my head, give me now that I know that. Fucking call me, just whatever you use to call me, use that. Call me on there, and hopefully it shows up, because I thought I turned all my notifications on, and I don't get fucking notifications for half the people half the time from half the apps that I got in here. Like sometimes I get an email and I'll see it like 3 days later. I'm like, it didn't tell me an email came. And then I was like, oh, I missed 3 phone calls. How the hell did that happen? Yeah. I think because I just didn't get the Apple. Should have got the Apple. Androids are fucking with me. Yeah, get rid of if you're gonna get rid of what up, John? If you're going to, yeah, get rid of dairy is a good idea. But if you're not going to, just add way more yogurt or digestive enzymes. That will help. That'll help a good deal of it. I like it mucusy. Okay. Fuck it. Yeah, man. Okay, well, it's Tuesday. I don't have anything. I don't have anything really to do to Thursday. So either tonight or tonight on my way home after this, depending on how much charge is left. But tonight or tomorrow, we'll get it on. I will. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Sai, about staying up. We touched on that earlier. If you do it for more than 48 hours, I forget the name of the practice. Maybe you know what it's called. It's an Ayurvedic practice that heats up your brain a little bit. You'll burn shit off, and you'll start leaking DMT while you're awake. And if you do that with a dark room meditation, man, you could probably walk through a wall. I've walked through walls before. It's pretty crazy. One of the first times that I was really, really lucid, well, I knew I was getting out of body because I took a nap at like noon, and I did the roll out of my body method. So I rolled out of my body, and I'm walking around my apartment and going, damn, that's me sleeping right there. I'm out of my body right now. I was like, fuck yeah. And so I walked the front door, and as I try to grab the door handle, it's not quite in the correct frequency, so my hand kind of goes through it. So I was like, I can't, how do I get out of the house right now? I was like, I could just walk through the door when it's closed. So I could see the windows, and the sun was coming in, so I knew what time it was. I was definitely connected silver cord, so it wasn't really projecting. It was definitely OBE, right? So I start walking through the door, and everything becomes kind of thick. But as I'm walking through that, like, how thick is a door? Like a 3/4 of an inch, an inch thick. I can see what the door is made of, like an atomic level. And it just was like going through like a thick. It's like if you were rowing a boat in mashed potatoes. It was that, and then I was outside, and I looked at the sunshine. Shit was pretty cool. Yeah, well, I did that the other day. I did the 3 dream, the Inception dream the other day. That was a goofy one. That was the one where you kind of like, you wake up and you think you woke up, and you're like, oh shit, and you have to wake up again. And it's like, oh man, how many levels am I in here? Well, a couple times I did it on purpose, and I was into the 4th level of a dream. I incepted it 4 levels into a dream. So like in the movie Inception, that's real shit. You can do that. But you have to maintain your awareness of what your first body was like. And you're like, I'm trying to keep track of this here that I'm sleeping in this dense realm, the one that I decided to go to sleep in there. And now I'm in a 3rd one, and I was like, fuck it, go try for a 4th one. And everything becomes very, very bizarre. You can't maintain. Even though the other bodies are sleeping, you're maintaining awareness in that deep of a realm is super difficult. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I'll check it out. An Irish Science. Yes, yes, yes. I'll check it out. Well, it's good to see you, John. You were playing tag. You were playing tag in and out of realms. Yeah, like how that's like in some of the movies where they're like jumping through time portals and spaceships and shit, and like trying to locate the what do they call it? It's not quite bilocating. It's even deeper than that. But like, all right, let's go play tag in interdimensional different time wave tag. Isn't that kind of the new one Loki? Don't they do that in Loki? They did it in another movie too. Oh, they did it in the show. To a degree, they did it in Magicians, but they weren't playing tag. Or no, not Magicians. Umbrella Academy, and then there was another one where they were definitely they were having to jump into different times. Huh. I think Chris Pratt was in that one. Anyways.
Okay, Edward. Edward, do not go any further. Don't go down any more steps.
Oh man, there's so many turtles out here. I don't know if I said it to you guys yesterday, but part of the title of the show was Purple Turtle Portal. It was just funny because me and somebody were just goofing around the phone, and we just came up with like Purple Turtle Portal. This how cool that sounds, and we just kept saying it. And then I come to the park yesterday, and I'm telling you, there was like dozens and dozens of turtles, and as far as I could tell, a couple of them, their back was more than just green; it was purple. I was like, what? And I would have taken a picture, but the camera's not going to work to see what's in there when the light's shining off it. I could see with my glasses on, but yeah, interesting. Purple turtle portals. Try saying it like Beetlejuice. Say it like 3 times. Maybe you'll end up seeing turtles. It's kind of like the whole thing. The other thing with lucid dreaming and reality affecting reality is do the Neville Goddard thing. You know, his was as simple as I will not climb a ladder. That meditation, I will not climb a ladder. Then you end up finding out that you climb a ladder. Well, you can do that like in this reality, but you can also project that into other realities, which is pretty cool. I mean, everyone kind of copies that one because it's such a random act that there's not much of a reason that you would climb a ladder, but perhaps there would be. Perhaps you don't realize that you go to Walmart and you need something and there's nothing on the right shelf and there's a ladder sitting there, you know? That kind of thing will happen. Or somebody's on a ladder and painting a house or something. Hey, can you hand me something? You know, there's all sorts of little things like that. Sorry, I'm a little sidetracked over where this kid is running around. And I just want to make sure it doesn't jump into the water. Yeah, so I mean, so you can use something besides climbing a ladder. It's got to be something a little strange that you might not interact with on a regular basis, because then it'd be too obvious. Like, I'm not gonna ride my bike tomorrow. Like, if you ride your bike every other day, anyways. But it can't be something so outlandish. It's got to be something in the like, the possibility of that happening is pretty slim. You gotta get into that one. Master Roshi mixed with a kangaroo. A kangaroo. I've never seen, but I guess, yeah. I suppose I look like I could pass for a kangaroo. He had turp burps. The turpentine burps, man. Yeah, hey, so if anybody wants to, I'm probably going to be doing a fast here quite soon. I was considered doing one before this French Quarter Fest, which is in 2 days. I was considering doing it like today and tomorrow because I wanted to do some recreational things, and they'd last longer and be more productive in the system if I don't eat any food, right? But I think after this festival, maybe if you guys want to join me, I'll do some sort of liquid fast, like a full on like juices, piss, turpentine, that kind of thing. And it would be nice to do, especially, you know, it's an eclipse coming on the end of the month. So there's that, could be a reason to do one. There's like spring turning into summer kind of thing, you know, spring cleaning kind of stuff. So if you guys want to join me for like a spring cleaning type fast, I think maybe I'd line it up with this eclipse. If you guys didn't know, there is one on the 30th. Lemon myrtle in my rural flat. Divine, you doing in May? Yeah, I think it'd probably be a good idea to do it like started on this eclipse, because I mean somebody put me onto it, and they were saying how it's a pretty significant one in the realm of how often this type of eclipse happens or whatever, like the transits and shit. And Firedrake, do you really have lemon myrtle, or do you just rhyming with the turtle? Yeah, I definitely just feel like I want to jam some liquid up my asshole. You know what I mean? Get a good cleanse on the liver and the gallbladder, and yeah, might as well. Why not? Yeah, I'm not gonna do. I don't think I'll do it strictly, but it will be part of it without question. I'll probably do a lot of. I'll probably find somewhere in the park where I'm not near people and do some sun gazing covered in aged piss. If anybody's into that, feel free to join. Put the PP in the booty hole. Oh, I by far and away, it's already been in you, so it's like already so purified. It's easiest to do. I feel like the biggest cleansing from it. It's easier to do than water. There's all sorts of other like teas and herbs and things that I'll use, but urine seems to be the easiest to hold, and you get the most out of you. And then obviously coffee is it's not for the same purpose, but it's well established that people should be doing coffee enemas. Put the pee-pee in the booty hole. Oh. What an interesting day, yeah. You guys want some words of wisdom? Some striking thoughts? Is that what you want? Some Bruce Lee. Daily wisdom for daily living. The reward is in the action, not from it. My only sure reward is in my action, not from them. The quality of my reward is the depth of my response, the centralness of the part of me I act from. Good shit. Attempting to define knowledge. The object of knowing is constantly changing. Feeling, tasting, sensational experiments, etc. are dogmas and not true knowledge, as they can be wrong. Objects of perception, therefore, are ruled out of true knowledge. Knowledge is not simply perception. Objects of thought, rather than objects of perception, are real, more perfect, intellectual, and constant. Knowledge versus character. Knowledge will give you power, whereas character will give you respect. Who's an old plumber? Like plumbing buttholes? What are you talking about over here? What did I miss? Hi, quacks. Bop, 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 bop. Time we're looking at here. Right on time. Look at that. 3:33. Oh, the other day when we were trying to think, who was it? We were trying to think of the little postage size thing on a rudder. It's called the trim tab. Remember Buckminster Fuller? On his grave, it says, "Call me trim tab." Why did he say this? He says because something the size of a postage stamp can take a ship as big as a football field and turn it around just by adjusting that. Pretty interesting. It's kind of in the same sense of there are no little things, that all the little things make up the big things. Or like a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, etc., etc. Oh yeah, like were they pushed into the future, or you know what I mean? Were they in a different space? Because like there's plenty of times where like there's people that will say, "Hey, I had a dream. We were bugging out," and I was like, "I might have had that dream last month," and then you're getting on that frequency now. Or sometimes you're projecting and you have it from like a future, right? And then I'll pick up on that frequency like tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Oh, weird, man. That's awesome. Yeah, there's been lots of interesting interactions that I've had. Many. Hi, duckos. What up, quack-quacks? You guys come up here? Yeah, explaining the actual technique to do it's a little more difficult because you have to have at least a little bit of understanding of initial energy work and its connection to the physical realm. Like if you just think of your body as like this is my skin and this is physical and not understanding the animated spirit that's underneath it and how you can pull it. Like until you can get into dreams and understand that the energies in the dream world are something to do with your whatever's animating you in a body inside of this body. Without that, it's hard to explain to someone. There are zombies here, like at the park. I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps. I mean, I've seen some. Well, I've seen some, but more than that, I've seen like on the opposite direction lately. Yeah, I've definitely interacted with a couple zombie types, but mostly it's been fucking cool, interesting things. Oh, in the dream. Okay, I got you. Yeah, no, funny enough, you said that. That reminded me that last night. Hey, quack quack, wop wop wop. Come here, wop wops. Yeah, so I'm flying around all over the place. Like I'm at the pyramids and there's all of these places. Like it's fucking wild. I was just like dipping through realms, man. And I came in contact with two entities. The farther that I went into this dream, that I was going through like some pyramids or some temples or something, and then I end up seeing two things that kind of leech onto me and then try to bite me. And I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, and somebody was like looked at me and started like following me, and then tried to grab onto my leg, and I was like, you're just a kid, but why are you like what are you doing? And then he tried to bite me, and I was like, am I gonna have to body slam you right now? But it was pretty interesting because I reached this like it felt like a different set of energies where I was flying to in this dream world, and it was so interesting. Like I flew through these valleys, and there was like literal superheroes. It was like the Incredible Hulk who seen me and was like, "What? Why are you flying?" And some chick was like walking around and looked up. She goes, "How the hell are you flying?" And I just started laughing. And then because you can start to control how fast you fly. It's mainly with your mind, but then you use your hands. It's kind of like, you ever see those superheroes and they use their hands like Iron Man, but you're doing it with your energy out of your hands, so you can adjust. You can adjust how you fly just by turning your hands. It's pretty slick. Well, I mean, it definitely wasn't that dark, but it was enough where I could tell like it went from being this really interesting like people in like tunics, and it felt very like Egyptian kind of. Everything was like kind of like deserty, but there was like deserts, but there was like buildings that were like half broken, but they still looked, like this one. It kind of looked like this, but if it was broken slightly, and this like sand dunes and whatever around. And then I'll go to like through cities and things like this, but it didn't seem like a modern time. And then as I'm keep going, the energy just became thicker. Oh, for real, man. Sure. Do that. Hi, quack quacks. Oh my god, so many quacks. Let me grab a puppy. What you laughing at, dude? Hi, quacks. I don't like that motherfucker today, huh? Oh, yeah, for real? That's so funny that you said that. What up, Crows? I was just watching a video earlier today on the best way to store grapes. Like it wasn't just talking about grapes, but it was just showing how good of a practice it is. And they were taking clay. Hi, baby. right in for the landing. Where's he at? Is he over here? You see him? What are you doing, Quack? Where's he at? Do you want to come over here for some food? No? Okay. Anyways, the best way to store grapes, you take clay and mud basically, and you put it inside and you make a disc out of it, and then let it dry. And after it dries, there's a effect that happens that keeps it cool inside. It's like, clay jars that keeps water cool inside. And they crack it open, and it was like, all you have to do is just wash the grapes off, right? Because it's just dirt anyways. And they're like, no, this is like 6 months old grapes, and they were more fresh than if you left them in a freezer or a refrigerator, Hi, Quack. You want some snacks? Come here. You want to come over here? You want snacky snacks? Come here, Quack. Come here. I got you, dog. Hi, guys. Here. There you go. Wobble wobbles. What do you say? Hey, Fire J, what you talking about? Cobb? What do you? Hey, and no, and the reason I bring that up because I think it, probably clay huts or mud huts probably do some type of similar preservation to if it's working on a living grape. It probably works for the human, huh? And Firejack, what do you mean cob? Help me with that. Are you saying corn cob? You got some corn cobs in your ears? Yeah, you know what I would do? I would add to the mix. I would add copper. I would add copper to that joint, and I would add fine crystals. Basically, turn it into a giant piece of organite. Turn it into it'll be a half Faraday cage, half piece of organite that uses the mud and earth to ground the whole shit out. That'd be hella dope. Bare minimum, you could still make windows out of bottles and shit with different colors. I don't know how hard you're going with the shit, but yeah. Yeah, and using the bottles is obviously you get to recycle that shit, and you can get them in all the different fun colors. Get yourself some wine bottles and some beer bottles, like blue ones and green ones and whatever. Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. That's awesome. Okay. You're just making one. That's wicked, dude. That sounds awesome. Yeah, dude. See if you can. If you ever did watch it, go watch one of my old videos on organite and Faraday cages. It's basically it's pretty simple. The concept is you're taking an inorganic and then organic material and you're sandwiching it together, and by doing it, the inside becomes Faraday cage and blocks out electromagnetic radiation, and then on the outside, it basically turns into a piece of organite. So it's double folded, you know. Usually a piece of orgonite and a Faraday cage, all it is it's the same thing in opposite. One is used to push the energy away, but if you use that but want to collect it, that the material that's going to put on the outside would be the orgonite that would collect the energy that then you could use. Where most people, when they build a Faraday cage, the point is to put their electronic equipment in there so their electronic equipment doesn't get fried. But now if you're the piece of equipment in there, then you can use that to shield you and then turn the rest of it into the orgonite, which is going to bring energy to you. Yeah, okay. Cool. Look at these guys. What's up, yos?
What you feed them?
Huh?
What you feed them?
Just my energy, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, no, we got. Oh no, I gave them a little rice. I mean, I usually got bird seed out here, but I don't know. I never tried. Hey guys, come through. Here, I don't know. I never tried feeding peanuts. Usually it's wild rice, some white rice, some bird feed. They'll sometimes eat out my hand, but we'll see. These ones, it depends on the day how they feeling. If they'll eat out the hand. This is the squad though. The ones next to the lake, they'll always come over. Look at these little guys. Duck gang. So they like other peanuts. That's working.
Yeah, they working.
Okay.
He don't really care too much about it.
Okay. Yeah, he looks like the bigger one, right?
Yeah.
A little bit. Oh, he's like, oh, you guys eat. Kings eat last.
He probably eat all the time.
I'd stay fed. Okay, now I know you guys like peanuts now. I got a 5-pound bucket at home, so I guess you're gonna be eating peanuts for a little bit. Well, cheers, buddy. Do I still? You know what's funny, right? That one. It's funny because it's like, it's the only part of my body that I have a peel on. It's like it was. I got the tiniest bit of sunburn, and that was the only spot that kind of peeled my skin. Where's the other ones? No, I think because I didn't do it that deep on my skin, my blood just ate it. Hey, quack. Here these guys. Wobbles. What do they call dark slop macabre? Are you talking about these guys? Oh, you're talking about in here. Yeah. There's a little spot right there, the little sun sign. I thought you were talking about the dark spotted birdies, the quacks. Well, shit. It's a lovely day today, huh? I got much nicer. I got out here, it was a little chilly. But you know, after 2 beers and now it's above 70. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's so funny. These ones are like a crew. I thought there was more than just these 6. I guess that's their squad. I thought there was a couple more. But you know, like the rest of them from the other part, they don't really. They got like there'll be 2 or maybe 3 that hang out. But these ones, this brown tan gang, they're always in the pack. yeah. Gangster ducks. the Woo Duck gang. The Woo Duck clan. They're getting pretty close. I might be able to feed them with my hand. Let me see. Do you guys want some? Come here. You sure? Here you go. Ducksters. Those duckstars, yeah. Yeah, they're like a foot. They're like a foot from me. So like I could like this one. This one has eaten out of my hand before. I just don't think he remembers me. There we go. Huh. The woo cluck. Woo cluck. Woo cluck. Oh man, so this I don't know when you got here, but I don't know what part if I said it, but French Quarter Fest, man, Thursday to Sunday, just after Easter, man. It's usually, I could have sworn before this whole bullshit thing for the past 2 years, I could have sworn it was later in the year, but I mean, whatever. So it's like, you had Good Friday all the way to Sunday, and then now this is Thursday to Sunday, and then right after that is Jazz Fest. And yeah, my house is like right next to Jazz Fest, so that's about to be a whole thing. So I gotta do that life balance and somehow not I mean I can handle 2.5 days of partying, but like 4 days about to be tough. And then the more that I just like, then I'll make more friends and they'll be like, oh, let's fucking hang out, let's do something. I'm like, oh man, another day of this. Okay. Golden berries. What, like raisins? Golden raisins? Golden raisins with beets, and that's one of my favorite. Golden raisins and beets. Hi guys. What? It's just that person over there. Uh-oh. So I was feeling like I should be a slob today and just eat all day, you know, because I don't eat that often. So like I do that fast for whatever. I just stick to liquid and then just be a fat, worthless person. But it is Tuesday, and I learned that Taco Bell has released their Mexican pizza, which made me kind of want to go get makings for tacos. So I'm thinking maybe I'll go and feed my fat face tacos today. Oh, interesting. You said beets sliced with peanut butter on them? That sounds really weird, but with the golden raisins, when you do walnuts, so beets with, I could see peanut working, but I think the upgrade if you get walnut, yeah, like the a walnut spread, that might even be more awesomer. Never thought of that though. I always like the little bit of oily crunch you get in a beet salad from a nut in it. Sour golden berries, almond butter. Yeah, almond would work too, huh? Yes, slivered almonds are really good on beets. Oh, that makes sense. I never would have thought to put peanut butter on beets. Now I gotta go do something. I think I just got a can of beets. We're gonna maybe go home and try that. You know why that would kind of work too? Because peanut butter and jelly, right? And a beet has a sort of jelly vibe to it, right? If you did like so Asian cooking, there's a lot of Thai that you like a peanut sauce, and you do a peanut butter and jelly sauce. But if you did that with beets, like a peanut butter and beet sandwich, that could be dope. A can of beets. Hey, don't sleep on it, man. Beets, man. I can just crack that bitch open like that's a jar, not a can, and they're pickled. So I would go with regular beets for peanut butter and beets. I wouldn't do the pickled, I don't think. A can of beets. Well, it's one of my favorite things. Like, just crack it open and just stand at the refrigerator with the door open, staring into it. I just I mean, obviously, I'd rather rock it that way. But the thing is, if you make them fresh, you still gotta let them cool down and everything. Because I don't like hot beet. I want cold beets. So the upgrade of prepared in a can will get the job done for me. And there's also golden beets. Golden beets are pretty good. Hi. Golden beets with cranberry. Yeah, balsamic. What's up, babies? You're looking at me like you want me to give you more food or what? Yeah, how much can a duck, what is a duck's vision? Is it 270 degrees or is it more? It's got to be at least 270 degrees, right? Hi, Mama. Hop up. Do they have ears? The ducks have to have ears. They can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me. You know, hey ducks, I wish they would have given you hands. You do look like you need like little arms. It'd be helpful for you guys. If I got to reinvent something, I would. Oh, there's some duck fucking happening right now. No, it was not fucking. It was just fighting. Eating beets like an apple. Yeah, I mean, this one duck is now eating off of my foot, which is pretty funny. I mean, that one's underneath my legs. But if I move right now, they'll run. So I cannot adjust the camera right now. I don't know if I'd like it's like a potato. Potato juice is really good for sunburn, and potato juice by itself is really cleansative for some things. But like eating a potato, like I don't even like apples. I don't like the texture of an apple. I don't like the texture of a potato. And what up, guys? A beet. Yeah. bypass on that. Need to cook it. Yeah, the things that are underground, like beets and things, the times they're used, you can juice them or use them medicinally and without cooking them. A lot of properties to that, but for the most part, anything underground should be cooked. Hi, Quacks. What do you want? Do you want more snacks? Or you really want me to go in here and get you snacks? Okay. So what you want? Okay. There you go, Ross. I'll check it out. Green, you eat green apples only? I like the yellow ones, and then what are those ones called? The Fuji, golden, the yellow ones, those things, the Fuji's, I think. I don't like red apples, like the ones that you see on a teacher's desk. I do not like those. But if you want to go ahead and make applesauce, I love applesauce, but I don't like apples. Figure that out. Apple juice, one of the most underappreciated juice, apple juice. But an apple to eat, I've never liked them, ever. Yeah, green. What you got? Like the Granny Smiths are green, and the crab apples are kind of nice to make a cider out of. And there's the sweet green ones too. You got the tart sour ones. Hi guys. Yeah, if anybody's new or if you've been here before, there is always that, subscribing if you're new and liking if you liked anything I said. And if you want to, Cash App and PayPal and Venmo work to make sure that my phone stays on and I can stick random objects in my ass, preferably food items, you know. So if you want to, feel free. Appreciate it. You want Vulgar Zen back? Hey, Vulgar? Oh, it's still here. What are you talking about? Didn't I just get away with sticking objects in my asshole? Wait, wasn't that? Didn't we already? Man, it's a lazy kind of day, and I'm chilling with the ducks, so I'm not on the vulgar vibe, you know. Oh, it's still there. I can vulgar out if I need to. See, I gotta laugh out of that one. Any more? Like I'm sitting here as still as possible, so I don't bother these guys. Because they're like really, now they're using my legs almost as a tent. Yeah. Do I know anything about astrology and Chinese astrology intermingle? Yeah, to a degree, but check it out. Me and Hana are gonna be starting a channel. And she's super astrology chick, super tarot. So we'll run that by her, but we probably within the week we'll start doing some things on there. Like all my early stuff on astrology and you know, sidereal. Then you got like the 13th sign, and yeah, there's I know a little bit. I would have to review it, and I could give a good glossed overview, but I'm sure she knows quite specifically. Because she's like, oh my God, your Mars is in Uranus, and you know, Virgo's in Pisces, and you know, there's this other thing that, and I was like, whatever the fuck does that mean? I don't know. like I know if I looked at it how it works. I know how it all triangulates, and I know if I read it what it means, and I know how it functions. But like she knows it off the top of her head, like which one's which. She knows all like tarot. She can read the cards. I can read tarot pretty well as long as I have a reference book, right? And I can definitely read major arcana. But in astrology, I can show you how it all functions. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So we should be doing that momentarily. And if you don't know who Hana is, maybe she'll jump on here in a little bit. I don't know. Maybe she'll get the, like she's also telekinetic to a degree. Like I talked to her today, and she's like, I sent her something, and she goes, like I text her, and she just calls me immediately. She's like, that's so crazy. 1 minute ago, I seen a number that is like, you know, when you see a repeating number, something that you see all the time. It wasn't like 1111. It was like a 138 or something, right? And she goes, so she's like, I've always noticed that number, and so when I do it, I've noticed that I need to, you know, sit down and have some sort of expectation. And she was like, so I sat down for 30 seconds and expected you to text me, and you did. I was like, did you make me do that? Are you on some telekinesis? No, she vibes. She's cool. Oh yeah, the baby ducks. There's some more baby ducks. There's these seasons. Are you talking about the ones when you were here? Yeah, the little goofy ones. They just started having babies, so I've been seeing them around. Yeah, find out where Taurus. Yeah, okay. So I'll try to get her to get this shit in order. Like maybe tonight even, because all she really has to do is name a channel on YouTube, and she has a PC. So as long as you have a PC, you can broadcast. I can't on this channel even, and you need to have a certain amount of subs and whatever to do live videos. You need to. So I don't have that. So if we start a new channel, it's not going to function on my phone. She only can do the other things like host it and like, so we can do a screen where we're chilling and you guys can jump on and yeah. Like I can't download the apps on the Taurus, huh? My chart is pretty interesting. Everything is. It's kind of. Like if you look at a chart, it's in a lot of ways that I'm missing a few signs that are like, it's all lopsided. There's like a full empty on this side, and it's the other side is full, right? And everything is around Gemini and around that. I just don't remember what Taurus is in. Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing: is the first part is what the dilemma is. I can't really verify my birthday. Like I don't know for sure. Not many people can. You'd have to trust your birth certificate, your certificate of live birth, the hospital, your parents. You'd have to have all that, and I just don't. And I definitely don't know the hour, which affects it to a degree as well. But as far as everything points, whenever I look it up a certain way. And okay, so you start with that, and then through your life, you're finding those other parts of your chart that aren't that aren't based upon your birth day, and then all you do is you just go, okay, these ones aren't filled in, nothing triangulates here, and you interact with that. So in that way, yeah, certainly, definitely. It's like at first you go, oh, I don't know why I don't get along with so-and-so, and then you find out, oh, they're your next door neighbor on the astrology chart, and you get along with your neighbors on your left side but not your right side, and you don't have any of that. Like for me, I do not, I have a more difficult time getting along with my, so as a Gemini, and after it's Cancer, I always have a problem getting along with Cancers, male Cancers, not female Cancers. So that would be my next door neighbor to my left, right? My left, or right, pick one, it doesn't really matter, it's going in a circle. But the other one, I'm going to get along with the opposite. I'll get along with the male, because now I'm on his left, right? But I won't get along with the female over here. And then you got what's across from you. You got your polar opposites, and you got your triangulations and shit. But yeah, what you'll do is you'll find out, you'll meet people like that in your life and figure out how to understand them and interact with them. And whether it's through an actual physical being, a spirit, or consuming something, or that's how you fill your chart up. And you become a monad. Oh, yeah. like once you, like if you, I've explained this in many of my early videos on how it works. And if you go out of your way and implement it every day of your life and know that that's what you're doing, you'll correct a lot of imbalances in your chart. People that say they don't believe in it are the same people that will take a Myers-Briggs test and hold that and go, oh, well, I'm an INTF. I'm a J, whatever, a JPEG. which is equivalent, but just using different language, an equivalent understanding of taking a Myers-Briggs test is how the astrology would break down for you. Very, very similar. Just using a different like running a different program, different language. How's that? Different software. What up, Jaquin? Oh, hey, Jaquin, what I noticed, I didn't realize this until recent. For whatever reason, this channel now, if I don't remember to hit the button to make it public, it just makes it private. And if I don't remember to go do it, like manually click it to public, it doesn't go public. So, yeah, it's the only ones that I put on private on purpose. After I figured it out, like I was like, oh shit, that's what they're doing to me now. Were stupid ones anyway. So it was just like I was out listening to music or something, and I didn't want it to give my channel a strike, so I just like put it private or deleted it. But yeah, I'll put this one on public. And then it also takes however long to re-upload, like to process it. So processing time, sometimes it happens instantaneously, other times it takes a few hours. How about that? The chart talk right now. Well, I mean, I can go through my old video, go through my early videos. There should be some astrology ones up there that I probably addressed some of this. Well, I addressed what I just said much deeper in some early ones. Just look up the astrology ones. Just go to the biggest, my most, whatever, liked videos and whatever's astrology. It should be like from 4 years ago, perhaps. And if they're not up, I do have, like I told you before, I've got like probably 4,000 videos that are locked that I can unlock. I can unlock for you guys. I'm not unlocking all of them. Cannot happen. But some of them for sure. If it has to do with astrology, I'll get back to it. I just had, going through and going, hey, which video was this? And I got to at least give it a second thought. Dude, what video was this? And I'll have to look at it do that with 4,000 videos. That's a whole fucking thing. Especially doing it from a phone, like thumbing through, going to this screen, do that thing. Nakshatras? No, I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's so funny. Like, at first I thought it said sus, like S-U-S, but then I've seen the picture.
That don't bother me either.
Ardra? Is that, hey Jake, is Ardra like a channel? Or is it a book, or is it just some being, or what the, help me. It's a similar archetype inside of Gemini. Ardra. A-R-D-R-A. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's so funny. 6.4 degree to 20 degree. Yeah, my birthday is there. Makes sense. Yeah. Well, and we got an eclipse, and apparently I'm 42, so that's like what, Saturn? And that's Saturn's other return. What is it, 27, 35, 42? Is that right? 28, 35, 42? Sounds like some measurements. This is it's such a very calm, comfortable, relaxed day. And also, I can still smell the hey Sai, what is the little white flowers that you smell like everything? That smell like is it jasmine? Is that the little white ones? Those just start blossoming, so I'm just like, every once in a while I'll get like this hefty whiff of them. Pretty good. Apparently that's ginger right there, and then yeah. Oh, this one? A hydrogen generator. That's awesome. What? So like, what? Once you have, like, what do you? Is it just like to power an engine? Is it to? You smoke that shit? You bottle it? You put it? You snort the You snort the bubbles. Snorting the bubbles. That's funny. Well, I mean, you know, it's a hydrogen. You know, hydrogen peroxide. You know, you drink that shit, cleans you out. Hydrogen is. Oh, that's. A snooty emoji. Snooty, that's what a good word. Snooty. Snooty people are the best because they don't know they're being that way. And then whenever you just mirror that right back in their face, they're like so offended. It's the best. Like, check it out. I can do that too. It's like whenever you watch like that Karen type, or that, you know, those mad people that everything, and then somebody out Karen's a Karen, but they're doing it from a place of like, it's not that the other person is being Karen-y, like they're doing it on purpose, and then the Karens don't know what to do. Ain't that funny how that's become the thing? That's become the association. Like, where does that originate from? You know what I mean? There's got to be a source code for that, in the sense that, is it gematria? Is it just how old they are and how many people know someone that was born in that era and now that name isn't popular anymore? Is that what it is? I don't. Oh, yeah, the British accent and mirroring people. Those are, yeah, definitely. All chicks with accents. Do they get mad at you? Why? Because you do that accent better than their actual accent, and you're just doing it for funsies. Oh, well, that obviously. If I mean, what do you? Sometimes I don't understand what people think they're going to get. Like, what do you, when you look, okay, if you look at you, or you look at me, or you look at certain people, you should know what's going on there. Like, you're not getting some simple thing. You're not getting. Like, did they not see your hair? Did they not see bare-chested? Like, did they not see that you're? I don't get people that don't, like. Do you know? This is what you're getting into. This doesn't go away. It only becomes more. It doesn't become. You don't get to start to dial back the things that I am. Like, you know, you're not gonna like some of it, and I'm not gonna like some of you, but that's okay. You know, you can build and grow and do all the shit that you want, and I will too. But don't think I'm turning down the amperage. Don't think I'm turning down the sunlight. Don't think I'm turning down, like, what the fuck is going on. Like, who goes from being like, oh, one day I figured it out. What I need to do is just sit here and meditate and stare at the sun and be with turtles and never allow anything to fuck with my presence, or anyone. Like, fuck with anybody you want. I don't care. I'm gonna do nothing about it. No one goes that direction. No one goes from being like comfortable and brave within themselves to becoming a coward and not helping out others or helping out themselves to let people fuck with you. Like, yeah, of course, you got to grow thick skin and you got to be able to take jokes and, you know. But, you know, people did go the direction of going, well, I think Bill Burr gave the best joke about the dudes that end up becoming, you know, dudes that end up getting married. And then they're just like, hey, happy wife, happy life. I mean, it can happen either way, men or women, but it's usually that direction where they go, well, fuck it. Like, I can't win an argument. There's nothing to do here. Like, I'm just gonna. Somebody had a. Did you hear the little thing going by? Somebody zooming around the park. Yeah, people. They just kind of go, oh, fuck it. It's not worth the challenge anymore. I got this. I'll deal with it. It's as good as it's getting. It's like when you give up on life completely. When you buy the minivan, you pack it in, and you just go, to hell with art, to hell with music, to hell with life, to fuck it all. I'm just gonna, whatever you say. Yeah, I just don't want to argue. The moment that you just go, I won't argue, then you've given up. I think. I feel that. Yeah, friction. Yeah, but if when people really understand, friction tends towards, if you have a piece of sandpaper, after you sand something, it becomes softer, sharper, more delicate, more refined, more perfected. A little bit of friction is not going to kill anybody. It's going to make you better at something. But people that avoid it at all costs, I don't know. It's like people that avoid certain things, like they avoid that. It's like, well, life is not just gonna hand you a cake and say, hey, happy birthday, and here, just take the cake path to. It doesn't do that. You're not gonna get that. What are you saying? Say shit. Oh, I gotta see who's rocking these things out. What are those things in the sky that people float? They drive around. They're like remote control cars for the air. That now drop off packages, but that they already can make big enough for human beings to be on. Yeah, you get the cake after the pie. Sigh with the snack. That's, yes, correct, sir. Oh, here's some of the babies that are now. The ducks grow up fast. You know, it's like, oh, you grow up so fast. I haven't seen you in a bit. The kid's bigger. Like, no, ducks, like, I swear they were the size of my fist last week, and now they're like half-size ducks. Drones, thank you. Drones, yeah, somebody rocking the drone out. You get the cake after the pie. Yeah, I've been saving myself to get pie, like good pie. If you understand what I'm saying. I almost made a bad maneuver the other night. I'll just tell you. I think I almost took home a tranny. So, but I sidestepped that. Hey, what can I say? I'm attractive, you know, and you know some trannies are attractive. You can't really tell at first. It's dark out. You can't really see what's going on. You're a little drunk. Yeah. I mean, like, I got no qualms with a human being. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, because it was just, It was just I couldn't really tell, and I didn't want to be offensive by asking, because if it was fully a chick, there was something just a slight bit off that kind of got me going, huh? And I was like, but if I ask and it is a chick, that sounds awful. Like I've already said that to people. It's like asking a woman if she's pregnant, or like when you do and she's not pregnant. I've done that before. Obviously, I'm that kind of person. So I didn't want to do that. I figured, okay, just give me a little longer. Let me try to evaluate this situation here. Let me see what's going on with the whole thing. Let me just see, cause the amount, hey, and cool, be whatever the fuck you want to be. You want to chop your dick off or get some tits installed. I don't know. It just well, no, I wasn't. Look, it was dark. It was after hours. We were sitting out, hanging out, smoking, and it was dark, and I was a little drunk. But like for instance, how many times have you jerked off as a dude to the Victoria's Secret models? How many times have you jerked off to Playboy bunnies? If you don't think that about 99% of them are dudes at birth, you don't know what's going on. It's clear. But dudes, I've seen dudes. I'm attracted, like, in the sense that, like, hey, I'm a good-looking dude. I respect myself. Hey, it's a good-looking dude. And some dudes, shit, they could put makeup and put some hair in and whatever, and like, you really can't tell. Then they get this thing get rid of, and they get this down, and they go get some latex in their booby holes. How you really gonna know? It was just an energetic thing though. I was kind of like, I was just questioning. I didn't know if it was just like because she had like a very like an attitude, like a strength, It was confusing. It's become a very, very Wild West kind of world of, is that a robot? Is it a tranny? Is it a dude? I don't know anymore. It's become a very weird world. What's my Jake? What's my ideal type? Probably in order. Like and there's no fetishizing any of this. I just happen to have preferences, and it has to do with just what I enjoy looking at. Visually aroused with things. This is what men do. Someone's mentality, their education, their attitude in life, and all of that usually boils down to I tend towards liking melanated women. Secondarily, I like Asian women, which is odd because they're the opposite of black women, because their pussy sideways. They're very like, oh, I will serve you and whatever, and they're very like small and petite, and they're wildly different. But I'm attracted to both Asian women because they smell good and because they're really pretty. Like I find Asian, but then you get into like the like black Asian women, like that whole origination of the Asiatic cultures. Oh, super sexy. And then oddly enough, third in line, but I dig it, is red-haired, green-eyed chicks. I'm all over the map with it. I mean, obviously, I really enjoy Mexican, South American, but the only dilemma there is they're always a little too saucy and salty and fiery, that it's too much to handle. It's just, everything is salsa, everything is hot, everything is like, the passion's there, but it's always some sort of fucking wild extra shit, which is that's not gonna function too well with me, because I'm just like, I'm not going for that. Yeah. And then there's also like the curly haired Greek woman, like the super fat titty, like curly, like, I don't know, but I think that's chicks that are melanated black, I like their hair. You know, that's such a fucking white thing to say. No, it's just something. It feels right for my hands to be in there. It's kind of, you know. I've always, you know, it's funny. Growing up, I don't know that I didn't date any. I don't even know the first time I dated a black chick, but since I have, it kind of steers that. Here's the thing: is white chicks aren't attracted to me. Normal fucking run of the mill blonde hair, blue eye white chicks are not attracted to me. Who's attracted to me? Black women, Asian women occasionally, you know, Mexican women attracted to me. White girls never attracted to me. Or at least they just don't go out. They don't let me know. Well, maybe because I'm too much or something. Yeah, I mean, sorry, obviously, there's like, if you meet the right person, it might not even coincide with any of that. Like, whatever your preferences are, I mean, you gotta have a preference, right? There's gotta be a preference. Like, I don't like the smell of rotten cooch. I don't want a chick that dyes her hair red or purple. I don't want that. It's because there's something there that is already like, you're crazy, you don't take care of your, you know, there's that. But, you know, I suppose, like, it would be weird if I ended up with a blonde haired, blue eyed, you know, all American girl. Like, I don't know how that would occur. Yeah. Well, sorry, come on, it's pretty simple. They update, yes. Yeah. You have the thing that because you're animalistic, and you already know you're very good looking, so you'd win across the board. I mean, how long would they put up with you? Like you were saying earlier? I don't know. I mean, you probably, yeah, like, you know, raw dog does that whole like carnal knowledge of fucking rights. Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to think about if I could see what your future would hold, what kind of chick that you'll end up kind of being with. I could see an Asian, like a real Asian chick, like maybe a couple tattoos, but not too crazy. Not really into her own culture, but still understands it. Maybe with a little bit of, maybe grew up in the hood, but still has a little whiteness. Like, I think an Asian chick, probably. Skinny, short. I can't really see you with the big girl. Like, I'm sure you've knocked them down, but like, I don't see it. Spicy Mexican. Cause he is. Yeah, I don't know that it's arrogant. I think it's somewhere between knowledge of self and you know, it's like, why should anybody not be somewhat gearing towards? It's not narcissistic. It's self-love. It's arrogant, saying, why wouldn't I like myself? And just because I say so, you know, other people won't say it, because if you can't say you love yourself, then how can you say you love someone else? So if I just say I love me, what do you think? Is that now, am I arrogant? So I think it's more of a, yeah, it's just like, why wouldn't I? Yeah, I and also, I mean, hey, Divine, do you know what he looks like? Like, from a physical standpoint, he's a good-looking dude. So you can't just go, you can't have body dysmorphia and be like, I don't like what I look like. He takes care of himself. He works out. He's in shape. He's kind of smart. he's pretty funny. Like what there's other than the bohemian kind of, I'm an animal and I'll climb a tree and bite a lizard's head off. Besides that, it's pretty likable. It's, yes, I can see where the word of confidence and self-love crosses into arrogance and narcissism, but I don't think he's anywhere in that category. Hey, and also, I mean, how many years are you now, dude? Come on, I mean, Devon, you got a few decades of refining, refining self. So there's that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How people think of you? Yeah, that's. I think that's pretty similar. I don't think. In fact, I know so. Like he doesn't. Yeah, there might be some sensitivity to whether or not people like you. Like, of course I have that. Of course he has that to a degree, but it's very small. But as a general rule, it's like, oh, okay, fuck him then. But like, just because you, hi Quacks, what are you doing? Wop wops. new group of quacks over here. Turtles are the best, man. Well, I like ducks better because I can interact with them. They laugh at my jokes, they run to me. But turtles are cool because it's a fucking turtle. Who doesn't like a turtle? I don't see the who's anti-turtle game. If you're anti-turtle, there's something wrong with you. And in fact, I was out here the other day and some kid was fishing, and I asked him if he knew how old the turtles were, and he said something about he uses them for bait or something. I was like, oh, he seems like the kind of kid to cut whiskers off a cat and like, play with matches. Yeah, it's so interesting because they have a shell and how they grow. Like, I'm looking at a couple turtles in here, and I was trying to go, is that thing older than this park? If there's a tree in here that's 800, how do I know how long the turtle's been here? When does the turtle just decide to move on? Because I see some turtles, and I'm like, that is twice the size of that. And I'm looking at spots in his back, and I know there's something there, even though there's normally, 13? But then it's like size, and they basically get... How that occurs is crazy. I mean, you think about growing a hard ass shell. You ever seen a picture of a video of an alligator or a crocodile trying to eat a turtle, but he can't. Even though it's an alligator, it can't break its shell, and the turtle gets loose. Like, how does that grow? Must take a long time. So I was looking at some of them, and I was like, that could be literally 200 years old. I wouldn't know. I mean, obviously that must be pretty cool. They made an entire TV show about them. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, huh? I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in my bathroom. Baby turtle power. Instead of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Baby Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I don't, yeah, for the animals that I've had, it's so interesting because other than Meatwad, which I've seen in the I've seen in the dream realm, every other animal that I was connected to as a child, there's zero. I zero connection at all whatsoever with any of them. Like I don't see them, I don't think about them. It's just because they weren't mine in any way, right? And I could think of how many different animals. It was weird. It seemed like that if I go from being born to leaving the house at 18, whatever, and for me, 18 years should be 1 or 2 sets of animals. And I'm like, but we never had a lot of animals, but we went through them. I'm like, do they just die every 6 years? Are they not being taken care of? Are they just eating the wrong food? What's going on here? Because I was like, I could remember the names of like 10 animals we had, but we didn't have like 2 dogs in the house ever at once. We never had 2 cats in the house. What up, Skull? Yes. The Renaissance turtles. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, obviously there must be something there. I've never, obviously there's something, but I've never thought about it that deep. Well, also, if you got to throw that into the mix, man, that those Renaissance artists, there's a pretty good chance that none of them existed. There's a pretty good chance that maybe a couple of them existed, but the rest of them, their name was just applied to some old, printed off of a like how much of the old world was printed on 3D printers, on computers. You look at some of those ancient, look at some of the old paintings, and there's so many people that went to this. When you look at them, there's no brush strokes on them, and then they looked at it through laser technology, blah blah blah, and they come to find out that a lot of these pictures are like 0.01 microns thick, where if there's nothing you can do if you're using a paintbrush to get anything that is level, that if you looked at it through a very fine microscope, you'll see that there's it looks like a record, because that's the paintbrushes. That's a paintbrush going across, right? So there'll be anywhere from 0.1 microns to 0.5, where this is like 0.01 to 0.02. That it's the only way you can do this is to use a printer and to ink things with the printer. And you look at some of these statues, they were supposedly attributed to these really great Renaissance artists. There's no way anyone was carving that. Not happening. Not in a million years. You could 3D print it though. No, I never seen that one, Ninja. Hey, funny, Sai, did you see that video? Did you see the title of my video like 2 weeks ago? It's called, it was actually longer than that. It was on my other channel. What is it called? Exits exist within inside exits. Something to that degree. That's pretty funny you said that. Oh. What are you talking about? What's deep? Well, like the ancient culture you're talking about? Like the whole way, like everything that we're looking at was probably 3D printed by giants. Nothing was carved. It was such high technology that it was either frozen through plasma, just immediately turning things into Medusa, or printed. Like we can 3D print houses at this point. Like there's already on the market, it's been for a long time, giant 3D printers that will make a house for you in a couple days by printing it out. All you have to do is use the micro level equipment that's happening and use it on a macro scale, and it can do the same thing. Yeah, it exists with inside of exits. I think that was the name of it. I don't remember how good it was, but it was on the other channel. And don't worry, I'm gonna go back to that channel pretty soon. Not that it matters, but I just needed to not get any copyright bullshits on there, because I still have money on there that I can't access if I have a strike against it, which is super gay. But hey, what you can do. So speaking of money, anybody wants to donate? Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, it's in the description box. Appreciate it. If anybody wants to, my WordPress is Zen Alchemist WordPress, and you can read all about what I use, how my mind works on paper, which to some people is helpful and other people is confusing. It's when I was transitioning from writing like a writer to transitioning to somehow between writing and free-form thought, like in how I speak. So that was like 2012 to 2016 writings. Feel free, check that out. I'll kick it with you guys a little longer. I got a charger here, I guess. Oopsie. There we go. This should help a bit. Yeah, the funny thing is when you've it's like, remember that Gnarls Barkley song about like the greatest, he like dying in your sleep or whatever, like when I dream I die, like if you haven't ever died in a dream, I promise you died, but because you don't know what de-adding is, or death, or doth. Like, no, that was another reality. You dipped out, just like you die in Super Mario Brothers, and then you just pop up in another whatever. That's what happens. Death is not what you think it is. It's in the movie The Fountain. He says death is the entryway into awe. So it's like everybody just discounts it that in this reality they'll die. I mean, you can stay around this reality as long as you want, but it's like in the other realities you'll take a plunge, you will die. And where did you end up? You end up here, and you might end up back there another time, because you'll just switch bodies. You'll switch out suits. So in the mindset and the Kesh, I'm another you. What do you think's happening? I'm just gonna import my consciousness into a different time frame, in a different body, perhaps. I can keep this one, I guess. I can maintain this body. You really want to maintain this body and you like this room? Probably pretty easy. I've given you enough solutions to make sure that you understand the immortal cell and Hermann Hesse and the Hilton Hotima, 288s, Hilton Hotima and Hermann Hesse, and the Henrietta Lacks, and how to clean out the cells in your body so they'll reproduce themselves in the proper form. You can't really die here unless major accidents, you know what I'm saying? They're like, but other than that, no, you don't have to. You just slowly clean yourself by eating. Pretty true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you could even keep this. You could keep this body and just still dip into other realms. Like you ever see those movies where like, oh my God, I was dreaming, and you were dreamed a year. You were living for a year, and then all of a sudden you wake back up. You could infinitely do that, and just keep this as your home base body. You go to sleep for 1 hour, and this is the Inception thing. Go to sleep for an hour, and you wake up and you're like, how did I just have? Go to sleep for 5 minutes, and then you could be in the dream world for what is definitely 1 hour of time. Walk around, play. You could remember things. You go through all this shit, and then you look at your watch, your clock. You're like, I was sleeping for 5 minutes though, but you experienced a life within that, like lifetimes. Who's to say that this isn't one of those within another body, that you're not an ancient Egyptian that is in a temple, like mummified? Could be. Why would these priests of old? Why would these gods, let's say, or these kings and things? Why would they go through the whole process of what they do? They must have had some level of knowledge that we're not aware of. There would be 0 points to do all that unless they know that all they have to do is wait. And I want to come back in 1,000 years, and then somebody's like, "Hey, unearth that mummy right there," and the whole body's there, and they're like, "All right, now put it in this vat of liquid that's going to make all the cells start to grow again." And the body's going to grow back, and the consciousness will be put in that body of that ancient Egyptian god. YouTube, do not turn that off. Do not shut the video down for that. Here's why. I'm kidding. That's not how it works at all. It's a joke. It's a joke. That's not how it works. No. Don't believe me. That's just silly. That's just... Oh yeah. Yeah, you do have the werewolf energy. Everything about you. The way, yeah, you have the werewolf energy. I've been more Dracula energy. You know, I got the widow's peak. I have very long fangs. I mean, that I shaved down. You know, I can remember one picture of me as a child. That's when my parents dressed me up as a fucking vampire. You know? How funny is that? Klaus? Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm more Klaus too. That's the thing, is they didn't get that part, because that came out afterwards. Like the werewolf tendencies with the extra hair and the kind of like run by the moon and all that shit. So he was that hybrid shit. I've always known that I was a hybrid. And to what degree, only recently has it been kind of tri-breeds. Yeah, try me. Yeah, I'll yeah, as much as there's the tendency towards alpha-esque-ness, I'll stick with the omega-ness. like Omega Man. Like if you alpha, then I'm Omega. Like you gotta start it off on the shit, but it still links the AO. You know. I mean that's right, the start and the finish, but then it goes back in a circle again. So either one. The tribe, I like that. The tribe breeds. Well, you got the Omega, the Zeta. You know, obviously the Z's in there, so the Z is something. It's connected to electricity, and then you got the Omega. So yeah, that always made sense to me. Hey, what up, Dave Mannion? Yeah, David. As much as you brought it up quite a few times, you never went too deep into it, but you said you've had the things, you've had those kind of experiences. That's crazy. Like a lot of people, like, how you explain that to somebody? You can't. Like, I mean, you can. To me, I get it. Sai gets it. You know, Hazel gets it. Divine Hazel gets it. But well, here's how the timelines and shit works. Like, you draw me a map, I'm like, so Dorian Gray. Yeah, well, the parallelness and the what's the word? Parthenogenesis. Is that the word that everybody needs to know? Does everybody know the word parthenogenesis? It basically means that that if we put everything in reverse, in the beginning there was a female and not a male, and that was the birthing channel, that she was creating the next generation through her bone marrow. And there's a system in which the female could create a baby in her womb without the service of a male, because she was using bone marrow as the seed. Is that how it works? What you talking about? That's Torn. Dorian Gray is Torn. Isn't Dorian Gray? Isn't that? Is that the? What's the other one? Gray's Anatomy. Is that Dorian Gray, or Dorian Gray is a different? You got to help me out there. I don't. Is that a book on? Or who's the one? Professor Gray from the X-Men. There's got to be a connection with those three things, right? I've never read it. If that's the book that I think about, a couple people have said I should read that, but I have not. Oh, okay. Well, shit. I'll take that, man. Or you're saying Torrin is? You think Torrin's the most handsome man? Torrin's got a lot of female characteristics. He's handsome fellow, but. Torrin is? He's not. I would say he'd probably be just fruity-esque bi. I didn't think he was full on. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've always said, you know, everyone is on the scale of autistic, and everyone's on the scale of gay. There's no way you can't escape those two things. You just have to what degree? You know, how autistic are you? Can you handle yourself in social situations? That's kind of like the borderline, like into like if you're not socially adept and you get into a dorky category, you're probably super autistic. And then you have like, how gay are you? Like, what are you putting inside of you? What turns you on? Oh, and yeah, Penny Dreadful. Well, then you have also Penny from Pennywise, and you have Penny from the Magicians. So there's a big connection there too, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't really since I got my different Instagram channels, I totally lost interaction with him. I haven't talked to him. Yeah, I would assume he's probably 60-40. I would assume he's into chicks, but he's definitely he wouldn't be mad if making out with dudes. You know, and he's also like growing up in his age and being like an artist. Like he's already in that community. You know, so I'm sure he's probably done his explorations. Yeah. But okay, but Mayan is kind of you on steroids. Like he's in a sense of like overcompensating for like, I don't know. Is Mayan into dudes to any degree, or is like the overcompensation just come from him being shorter? I couldn't tell. Like, and I hung out with him just as much as I hung out with you. And so, mine is Yoda. Yeah. I mean, I would say mine is 80% straight, and 15% bi. I would say you're probably close to that. I would say you probably would, given the correct opportunity. I think you would if there was extra female parts involved. Like that, and like for me, it's like it depends on how many extra females are involved, and to what degree of gay stuff that I would attempt to even do. And so I have cutoff points with that, which means I'm definitely not in that category. But I'm, you know, men don't bother me. I wouldn't be mad being like naked around a dude. It's not gonna end my life like. But I also like, you know, you want to smack my ass, you want to touch me, that's cool, I guess. But I don't want any of your parts near me. I keep that over there. Like if we're sharing like 5 chicks, I could do that 5-to-2 ratio. I'm okay. Oh, I mean, hey, look at well, I hear you on that. I do definitely hear you on that. I'm in no way against the whole. You're into whatever you're into. There's the scents, the sounds, the aromas. There's sometimes it's really dark in a room. Hey, who knows? Like there's plenty of chicks that I've gone home with that I'm like, you would never think that I would stoop to such low levels of filth and disgust. But yet, like, what would you rather hook up with, like the most disgusting woman that you've ever met, or a really hot, good-looking dude? As long as you were still the top. I think that's a question people should ask themselves. I think it's of vital importance to understand these kind of things. I love it that you like once you tap into levels of having that motherly energy, or that like that like I'm gonna take care of that. Yeah, let me cook for you. Let me do that grandma thing. Yeah, I can see why. I mean, shit. Skin is skin, right? For me, but for me, it's just it's always the aroma. I can't dismiss the aroma, and I don't and the pheromones that are put off by, like, I'm not gonna, like, a duck doesn't make me wanna like have sex with them because they smell different. A man doesn't smell like I wanna. Woman, a woman that doesn't smell great smells better than a man that smells awesome. Well, there you go, Sai. How many of your senses are you using, and what are your intentions? How many of your, if you're using all of your senses, I mean, are you gonna go become a dendrophiliac? Are you gonna go have sex with the tree? Are you gonna be so in love with nature that you're gonna dig a hole in the ground and have sex with that? Are you gonna go? There's going to be places that are just not. If you're using all of your senses, like, okay, does that feel good? What am I gonna have sex with a couch? That's no, I don't think so. You can have sex with a robot. Spray the right cologne or whatever the hell this smells like. Put some pheromones on it. You're fucking plastic at that point. I don't know. I'm not big into fucking plastic. It's not rubber or whatever. Well, I mean, there is the whole, the original stories of eating mushrooms and having orgies, and where would that stop? You'd be basically naked in the forest, and whatever seems to be alive interacting with you. I mean, everything is sex to a degree, but I'm saying the normal. What do you consider relations, sex, all that? Like, yes, okay, I'm having sex with you guys right now, mentally, right? I'm having sex with the beer. I'm interacting with it. So, but in the larger sense of like, okay, what's really gonna get your dick hard, and when are you gonna get your nut off? That's the that's where you know where you stand. And are you using all of your senses here? What you see, what you smell, what you hear. If somebody has a terrible voice, I don't know, how long does that relationship last? How attracted could I be? If someone smells like a hot bag of garbage, could I even? If someone looks like they just got hit by a car, can I? Like, would I want to? So there's using all of your senses. Where would you navigate yourself to? What up, Crow?
You gotta teach me poses, because you actually know how to pose. I don't know poses.
What's the score? What's the good word here? So I think we've covered quite a bit of profound things, like just all the. I think we've went through a few realms here. Well, we keep going. You just direct to me here. I don't do the dom submissive thing necessarily, but if you tell me what to do, I could probably provide. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure. Oh, I feel like I've been sitting on my right ass cheek. It's almost numb. Hold on a second. Let me stand up and adjust my position here. Cool. Got it. Good. Great. Wonderful. You need to find a bottle, like a bottle of beverage, like gin. You want the genie spirits, or you mean like just a bottle to like do something with? If you do, if you're, I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but I would probably say, if you're gonna drink it, like a small amount, I would do a green or blue bottle of gin. If you're gonna drink just because you want to like have some fun and spirit in you, I would just do straight vodka. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know the difference. But the green and blue gin bottles are, if you want to really get funky. I like Bombay Sapphire, the blue bottle, and Hendrix is pretty good gin, but I still would just prefer Tanqueray over it. That's the green bottle. And for me, unless a beer is brown bottles, any brown bottle liquor, I can only do hang out with the right people. I would definitely not do whiskey or scotch or brandy, or I would not do any of those. Those are just, it's too warm energy. It's too much wood in it because you got to put them in, you know, whiskey barrels and all that. Where gin is in a steel container, and you could do a sake, dude. Sake's good. Can we go and hang out with my buddy and drink sake all day that one time? Is that you? Bobby, a sushi joint. Yes, a sake's good, man. Or a Japanese whiskey is okay. Yeah. So what else? Let me fix my cranium here. Oh, quacks are back. What up, y'all? Oh, wait a second. There's so many things that I missed here. Yeah, this is so funny. It didn't give me half the things you said. Now I just hit a button and it just changed it all. Let me see. Aha, sigh, I knew it. Didn't see that. I just seen the part you said you did gay shit, doesn't matter. Spirit house. Oh, yeah. Hey, sorry. Oh, I completely understand that. And the thing is that if you can talk openly about tantric sex magic with a dude, he normally will find that attractive in you, and he'll become attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes it's like they're like, they find, oh, the openness, the whatever. Like the other day, I'm hanging out. And this dude, who I'm pretty certain is just some corn-fed white dude with red hair, buzzed from like, and we're having a conversation at what I know as a normal bar in New Orleans, like a normal place. But and for all I know, maybe he wasn't from here, and he just sits down next to me and starts having a conversation, and then goes mad deep on some shit and goes, I never told anybody I'm a tranny, and goes into this whole thing. And I was like, what? Obviously, I didn't do that to his face. He's like, I just feel comfortable telling you this. And I'm like, You see that? That's the kind of thing, and then once we had the beginning of that conversation, which was something to do with like sex magic, and tantra and stuff. He like gave me that, and I was like, he just kind of melted a little bit, and was like, oh, you're attracted to me now, huh? Yeah, man, I hear you. Oh yeah. I've done the. Well, I forget who I was talking to last week about a very similar idea, teaching tantra, right? Not having to come. I had lost relationships because of that, and somebody's like, how? I was like, because the girl felt like she couldn't provide me with pleasure, and she was so like with her other relationship, like if she can't make someone come, then that pussy's no good, right? Like she could get off, but I'd be like, hey, I'm good. She's like, did you come? I'm like, no, I'm good. And she would take it so self-consciously that I'm like, no, this is just what I do. Like I'm keeping my juju, my chi, my energy in. And she would take it like in this way of, it was like personally, not I wouldn't say insulting, but it was like that she just felt lesser for it. So sometimes that can go wrong. I'm telling you, sometimes you just gotta be like, all right, yes, thank you for your service, you've done a great job, that kind of thing. Okay, I got you. Oh wait, I love it. Did you just Freudian slip with the, but not to the point where you want to? I mean not. I said not. Yeah. Hi, what up, Quack Quack? What are you doing? Hi, baby. You want some snacks? What up, Chicken Hawk? You know the ones that look like chickens? That have that red thing on their face, and he's black and white? Let me give him some food. Ugh. Oh yeah. The energetic. Yeah, sometimes it will energize you. There has been. I've been with a couple of chicks that normally if you come, you give up the gong, you give up the chi, you give up the spirit, you give up the energy, and you want to nap. But there's a couple of chicks I was with that like I could come, and I was like, oh okay. I could have a conversation like and be like, hey, do you want to go do something? You know how chicks are, like after they come, and then you come and you're like, I gotta take a nap, I'm done. She's like, because now she has all of your energy in her, right? And there was a couple times where I was like, I came, but I still was like, oh wow, I'm not even tired anymore. That shit's mad good. You wanna see this little guy? Hold on. Okay, which ones are these? Somebody's gotta know. What are these guys' names? See this guy right? Let's see. This thing. See, they make a different noise. They go, they kind of bark like dogs. Here's his other friend. What up, Goofy? Hi, guys. What are you doing? Can you see them? Hi, Goofies. Come here. You guys want to eat? Hi. Yeah, you know me. Hi, baby. Ha 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 ha. Come here, guy. What are you doing? Come on. Come on. No? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it's okay. See, they huff and bark dogs. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can. Yeah? You want some of this? These two little guys. What are these things called? They're like, I call them like chicken hawks. I just think it's funny to say. They look like roosters and they have that weird thing on their face, like that red mask. guess. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's these ones here. They actually are mad nicer than the other ones. Like they eat more gentle. They eat less food at a time. It's like where the ducks, the white ones, will just like they'll go hard and just spill the seed everywhere. This one is kind of.
The buzzword they use is transactional versus transformational.
There you go.
So she came in with a more transactional goal.
Huh? How hilarious, right? So hopefully you could see them. Turkey ducks, donkey turkey ducks. Yeah. I don't know. I just like that one barks. The brown one, the brownish black one with the green on it. He barks. I think it's a he. And the white one eats very gently. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I don't know that I even know these exact ones, because they could be from anywhere in the park. There's a few. They're like hybrid something. Like a. Because I don't see what they got crossbred or hybrid with. Like I don't know what would it be. It would be a turkey. There's no turkeys in the park. There are dogs too. Hi dogs. Hi haha. Hi ha. You want more? You hear this thing? No. Okay, hold on. Come here. The black one is so, like 1 inch from eating out of my hand, but just won't. It's so funny. It's so cute. You want this one to eat? You already fed? Is that why? It's a donkey dog duck butts. Hold on. Okay, here, hold on. There you go.
That's how I am.
All right, what else? Because I think should we end this? It's like 2.5 hours, and I wouldn't mind using my phone for a little bit of music and sit a little different because I'm a little cramped. So well, I'll try to bug out with you guys tomorrow, maybe later tonight. We'll see. Stay awesome. Remember the rules here. Take care of yourself, because you're the most important person on your journey. And if I ever have to live it, it better be good. So make your story good. And then when you get a chance, help out everyone else when you can, financially, mentally, spiritually, help them out. And if you want to help me out, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, that always gets right to it. And be weird. Enjoy yourself. And more than anything, fuck off. And I'll see you soon. I'll talk to y'all maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Peace outside. Peace out, everybody else. Bong bong. Bye, bitches.